Good afternoon, everybody. I have to take my glasses off because I've been outside and they've all gone down to sunglasses, so won't be able to see me. Been quite busy, I suppose, the last few days. Dreadful news about Prince Philip this morning, but there we go. It's life, isn't it? We've got a state funeral to think about soon, but there we go. I went round to my friends this morning to drop off 3 of her jigsaw puzzles I borrowed and some books, some card books that I've got here for her friend to have a look at. So she gave me a coffee outside and we had an hour's chat and seen her for so long. The girl I did all the gardening for last year. So we had a long chat and caught up. Then I popped in to the girl I walk with. She asked me to pop in because she said when I've got the car, pop in because she's got something for me. So when I get there, she orders plants online, and she'd ordered lots of plants, and she said sometimes they'll send me an extra. Well, her plants haven't come, but they'll send her an extra lot as a mystery gift. They'd arrived, and she was going to give them to me. 72 Busy Lizzie plugs. And of course, a lot of them have got broken known Busy Lizzies. They're so delicate. So she came to me and said, "Good luck." Oh, so I brought them straight home, and I've managed to save about 60 of them, and the others, roughly about 60. The others I've planted up because they've got broken off, but they might throw out little shoots. We'll see. So I've just had to clear my little greenhouse, not a greenhouse, one of those outside little greenhouses with the mesh cover on them. Not much mesh left on the cover, but it's good enough to shield them a little bit. So I've put all these pots and trays and everything I've got underneath at the bottom, and then not covered them over, but sheltered them from any nasty weather we're going to get. Until they can go out. So if we get a few tubs out of them, and when I've got a few going, I'll take some round to her because she's got loads and loads of pots to do. I'm looking around the garden. I thought, I can put some of those Busy Lizzies in that little bit of that nice little pot there. She's got sort of little pots that are shaped as animals. I thought, they can go in there. So I've done all those, watered them, and got them under cover. So that was good. I thought if I don't do them now, they can sit there. So, and I collected from one of the girls in the WI, half a dozen sweet peas. So I've got those in shelter as well because I didn't put those out in my wigwam yet. I don't know whether she's got hers out. And the lettuce Chris gave me the other day, he's planted his out. Well, I brought mine home and I've got those in the greenhouse, in this shelter, with a bit of a cover in the front because I left them out one of the nights and I thought, it's too cold for them. So I've got those under cover. So I'm sort of filling up now. It'll be exciting. And I brought my glass terrarium. I have a window ledge terrarium. It's all a glass one. And I planted 6 seeds, runner bean seeds from last year in a pot. And they're on there. And I've just had a look and something's coming through. And I'm thinking, oh gosh, that's lovely. That's quite exciting when that happens. So that's good. So things are looking up. Went down. Oh, the old lady that I used to walk her dog for every day for a couple of years, she's now living with her daughter around the corner. And they've put her bungalow up for sale. Well, I did say to her daughter, if Mum knitted, I said, if you've got any wool that you don't want, I'm sure RWI would be very grateful if you can't find a home for it. So she said, oh, okay. So last weekend, she texted me and said, I'm round at the bungalow, would you like to come and get the wool? 2 black sacks of wool. So I came back and sorted it out. Then I went down to my friend, the girl I went to Australia with, Linda, and I said, I've got some sacks of wool here in the boot. Any good to you? She said, oh, no, I don't know. I said, well, have a look. Oh, she said, yeah, I'll have that. And I like. So she took about, and of course, they're big balls. So she took about half a dozen balls. So I said, do you want this red for Christmas? No. So she said, "Oh, I'll probably use it." And my friend might want that. So when I got home, there was a message. You know the red? Could you take that out for me? Because I think I will have it for Christmas. And if you can you go through the bags again, and if there's any bright colours, I've come across a pattern that I'm going to do for Christmas. Make a Christmas wreath out of brightly coloured pom poms. And she said, I fancy doing that. So I said, right, okay. So I went through the sack, got out all the colours, sent her a picture of them. Yeah, great, that's fine. So that was that. Yesterday, Sally texted me and said, I'm round at the bungalow. I've got some more wool. So I went round, 2 more black sacks. Oh, God. A lot of it is still got its bands on. So I've done a bag up and I'm taking it round to one of the ladies. She's got a sale outside the tabletop sale for the Cinnamon Trust next Saturday. So I'm taking them round to her because I told her that I've got some wool that's got bands on, new wool. And I said, see if you can... Yeah, she said, lovely, thank you. So I'm going to take that round later. And then we had a Zoom call with the WI last night. We had a speaker. And I said to the lady on the craft that does our knit and natter craft, I've got these 2 sacks of wool. Do you want to have a look? And she said, oh, I've got plenty of wool. I said, well, if I drop them off, see if there's anything in there you want. If not, you know, and then let me know and I'll pick up the rest and I'm sure I'll find other people that want it. And then my friend Linda texted me this morning and said, talking to somebody else about all the wool you've brought round, and she said RWI has put out a call for anybody who's got any wool. So she said, if you don't want that, we'll have it. So I said, right, fine. So I found a home for all the wool. But the old lady's daughter gave me 2 carrier bags full of patterns and a carrier bag full of pattern books, sewing books. She said, I've got lots of plant books. I said, well, yeah, we'll have them for the plant, the horticultural club. So I sorted out all this stuff last night. Some of the books I'm going to, I have to take down the charity shop, and all the patterns. So mainly baby patterns, because Jill used to knit lots of baby stuff and she used to take it down to the hospital for the prem babies. So loads of it. So when the charity shops open, they'll be besieged by me. I'll split them around though. So I was sorting all those out and putting them into bags, trying to find room for them. So then when the Sally came round and helped me round with the wool yesterday, she said, I've got some jigsaw puzzles indoors. She saw my jigsaw puzzle on the table. Got some jigsaw puzzles, do you want those? I said, yeah, okay, fine. So they'll be coming round soon, jigsaw puzzles, when she does them. So I thought, dear old Jill. I know Jill's not very well. She's in hospital and she's hanging in there, but she's not at all well, so hopefully she'll be okay. So they've been doing plants and bags of wool and jigsaw puzzles, and I made 3 patchwork cushion covers, which I'll take. I've finished 2, 3 or 4, I think. 4, I think. I made one for myself out of all my silk squares that are left over. I'm going to keep one for myself, but I've made 4. And I've finished 2, which I'll take down the charity shop, back to them, so people buy them and they've only got to put a cushion pad inside. So I finished 2, so I've got the other 2 to finish. So that's ongoing. And in the wool, there was some of that fluffy wool. Do you remember you used to have those scarves many years ago, and you like a cravat thing, you used to put them, there was a hole in it, you used to put it through, and they were all different fluffy colours. Well, I had a black one many years ago, and still I've got it in the cupboard. I use it sometimes when I'm out in the mornings, early mornings with the dogs. And there was a ball of sort of browny, tweedy colour in the Jill's bag. So I thought, I'll keep that. So I started knitting it last night. I had to change needles 3 times because I was doing it much too small. And then I've decided I've got to do big needles. So I found some big needles in her bag and started in big needles, and I thought, well, I'll just keep knitting until the one ball runs out. But I've got about that much already, so I thought, well, I'm going to get, even if it's only a little scarf, at least I'll get a little scarf out of it. So I was quite pleased with that. It's only plain knitting. Well, I can't do anything else when it's all sort of hairy, so that's good. So that'll be useful. That was being done. I mean, I keep looking at all the lovely balls and thinking, oh, isn't that lovely colour? I don't knit. I wouldn't know whether or not it was enough for anything at all. Because nowadays they are huge big balls. We used to buy them by the ounce, the little ounce balls, but these are huge things. So, you know, that'll come in useful to lots of people, hopefully. So, as I say, it's gone down to 3 lots of people already. So, everybody will make a little bit of money out of this wool. I'm pleased Jill to know. I had a lovely Easter weekend because I went to Rachel's Easter Sunday. They'd been in the garden all day, and she said, "Oh, come up. We're only going to have a chilli later on." So I went up about 4:30 when they'd finished in the garden. We sat in the garden for a while in the sunshine. It was lovely. Well, no, it was a beautiful day Sunday because I sat underneath her shelter. I've got a sheltered part in the garden. I sat there on the deck chair, socks and shoes off, and rolled up my trousers, getting a lovely bit of sun, and it was lovely. We sat out there, had a glass of wine, and then we had a chilli on the patio. So I was there for a couple of hours. So it was lovely. And then on Monday I went up. We had a lovely Easter roast lamb because Francesca, she'd got Francesca on Monday, so I went up and saw her. So I think it was quite a nice day Monday as well. Yes, because we went down to the new cabin at the end of the garden, sat there with Francesca. There's no heating in there, so we took blankets, we wrapped those round us, and it was quite warm. And we had a Zoom, a WhatsApp, FaceTime call with Becky, Rob and Alexandra. So we had about an hour chatting to them, Francesca and Alexandra, and it was good, it was lovely to catch up with them, so we had a good time. Easter Monday, so I said to her, I've had a lovely weekend, thank you. So I've seen Linda this week, and I went round and saw my friend Birdie that took her jigsaws back, so I saw her this morning. So it's lovely to get out, get the car out and have a pot around. I did, as I say, dropped off the wool and did a few jobs en route round to Birdie's with the jigsaw, and then stop it, and then came back and picked up the plants which I didn't know about, so that was lovely. So I've just done those, and I thought if I don't get this video done, it'll be the weekend again, and I'll be busy, and I haven't got it done, and it's been a few days since I've done it. So got that done. It's clouded over. I'll take the boys out again in a minute. My glass has gone back. No, they're very dark. I cut off my 3 branches of orchids on the outside plant because they were looking a bit, and I thought if we've getting lots more cold, I'm going to lose all these flowers because one branch was going to open and flower. So I brought them in and put them in a vase. One a nice long one with lots of buds, and the one that's breaking open in flower, 2 or 3 of the buds at the top opened, but they're going, so that I think they didn't like being picked. But if I'd left them, they'd have got frosted. So I might, one of them looks quite good, so hopefully that might perk up and flower indoors. As I say, the one that started to flower, it's not looking so clever. So I don't know whether I did right or not, but done it now. So I popped round to the girl in the flats the other day to take something round to her, and she said, "I'm glad you popped round." She said, "With this," she said, "I was just going to pop round to you and leave this on your car." And she bought me a bunch of white roses. She'd been shopping. She always buys herself flowers, and when she buys flowers, she would buy some for me. White roses, and they last for weeks. Absolutely beautiful. And I don't know where she goes. I think sometimes Tesco, sometimes Waitrose, but they're just as beautiful. And the flowers Francesca sent for me through the post, they're a few more days and they'll be gone. I'm hanging on to them, so it's been what, a couple of weeks since Mother's Day? 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. So they've lasted quite well indoors in the heat, and that's Alstroemeria. Yeah, we've still got a few flowers on there, so they've done quite well. So that's good. Keep going around the garden looking in the pots and little green shoots coming up and thinking, I wonder what that's been. A lot of the labels have gone off the pots and I can't remember. I'm still looking for my pot of Lily of the Valley. I don't think they're popping up yet. I'll have to have another look, see whether that's coming through, because I've got a whole big pot of Lily of the Valley. And I've been looking and can't see it. Perhaps it's a bit late coming up. If we get bad weather at the weekend, my red camellia will be taken. Lovely big red blooms. I've got about 4 out in a pot. I mean, I'm not going to get that many. There's about a dozen. So those blooms will go if we get bad weather. If we get rain at the weekend, they'll be taken. But at least, you know, I've seen some of them. Pink one's finished. At least I saw that. That was good. So that's about it. Oh, sun's come out. It's very cloudy. It's a bit hit and miss. I still need coats though. Yesterday afternoon I went over there without a coat, just a sort of a sleeveless jacket on, and it was lovely. But that wind's gone up now. There wasn't a wind this morning. Now there's a wind. So that's that. I had a couple of showers of snow the other day. One of them the later one, it only lasted about 5 minutes, but it settled for a bit, and I thought, oh, okay. When I went up the green the next morning, it had settled up there because I thought, oh, this is quite frosty up here. And when I looked down, I thought, no, this is snow in the sheltered, unsun bits. So that's about it for now, for the moment. See what the weekend brings. And I hope you all have a lovely weekend. Hope we can get out in the gardens. But they say it's going to be wet, don't they? In fact, we need some rain because I noticed yesterday my lupin in a pot was all deflated, so I went and put some water on it and it's perked up. So I thought, yeah, a lot of the pots are getting a bit dry. So although we don't want rain, we do really need it. So speak to you soon, everybody. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.